What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Today's episode a little bit different than normal. I didn't get a whole lot of content of what the load I was hauling or the pickup or delivery, but no content on my loads, but certainly plenty of content to talk about. So stick around. We're going to talk about why this week has been one problem after another.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
We're gonna jump right into this with a little content that I made this afternoon after my delivery. Talking about the disaster that is my life this week. So here we go. Well, this is proving to not be my week. Not my week at all. Oh man, this week started out with no water pressure at my house. So the pressure switch went bad on my well pump, so I had to fix that Monday morning before I could do anything. And then you guys remember last episode I had that battery smell, the egg smell. I was gonna run the truck in and get the batteries tested and get new battery whatever on Monday morning. I was gonna do that, and I went out and start the truck. Nothing. So that battery had infected, whatever battery was bad had infected the other batteries, and it was just nothing we could do. So we ended up, one of the mechanics came out to the house and put 4 new batteries in, and we that wasn't a huge big deal, no big deal. He came, put batteries in, fired right up, everything was good. I went in, got a shower, got ready to go, went down, hooked to my trailer, and that's when this happened. Well, today is not my day, boy. So after getting the batteries fixed this morning, then we went to hook to the trailer, blew a hydraulic line. Luckily enough, the parts store that's less than a mile away from here makes hydraulic lines, so we went and had one made right here. Get this thing put on and pray we can get out of here. I hope it was that simple. Let's find out. To have been that simple. Woo-hoo! So we got that all fixed up. That was surprisingly, that whole ordeal only took a half hour. Then went down, loaded, spent the night close to load, went down, loaded first thing in the morning. Now what is this guy doing? I can't get out of this parking lot until this guy beside me moves. And he is not in any hurry. I went down and got loaded. Got rolling, left Left pickup about 9 o'clock in the morning. Started rolling for Anniston, Alabama. Picked up in York, Pennsylvania. Started heading for Anniston. And stopped for fuel, lower part of Virginia, almost into Tennessee. I stopped for fuel, and I'm like, man, what is that smell? And I looked down underneath the truck, and there's oil or something all over the Y pipes for my exhaust. So I looked down under the truck, and the PTO is just pouring hydraulic fluid out of it. So apparently the inner seal on the PTO went bad, and it's pouring hydraulic fluid. So I called the shop, I talked to Eric, ran over to the passenger side, shut the valve off to the hydraulic tank, which goes to the PTO. That slowed it down, but this dang thing has been leaking for 2 days now. It just won't stop. There's a puddle underneath me right now. I don't know what is going on. That you would think that once the line's filled out with that valve closed, once the line's cleaned out, that it would. I'm gonna have to go say something to this guy. Like, what are we doing? So you would think after those lines emptied out that there would be the fluid would be gone and it wouldn't be leaking anymore. But I don't know what's going. I don't know if maybe that when I closed the valve it didn't close all the way or something. I'm not sure what the heck is going on. Oh my God! Let's go say something to this guy. You getting ready to move? I can't get out until you do. Thanks. Okay. I've been sitting here for, I walked up front and got gas for the pony motor. I've been sitting here for about 15 minutes. About 15 minutes, and that's what it looks like. I don't get where this fluid's coming from, but the fantastic part of this is, of course, it's blitz week. And I got this leak underneath my truck I can't seem to stop. So, hopefully,
when possible,
get down here to delivery. I ended up
then take the first right.
going to an army base, which I'm sure will be super thrilled. The government will be super thrilled if I'm leaking stuff on the ground right there. So, I bought a couple packages of rags, a drain pan. I'm gonna throw it underneath the truck when I get down here to delivery.
Right at the traffic light.
Hopefully curb that a little bit, but this has been, man. On top of that, I don't have a load yet. And I'm not seeing anything down here that looks all that great. So that's the thing too. This is just one of them weeks. We're gonna see what happens, but first, we got to get down. Obviously, with the PTO seal being bad, I can't use the PTO. So, luckily enough, the way my truck and trailer is set up, we have the pony motor on the trailer. So, all I had to do was disconnect the hydraulic lines from the truck, hook up the hydraulic lines from the trailer, and I will be able to just use a pony motor to still be able to detach and get empty and reload if I find something. So that was the silver lining to all this is, you know, I was able to fix that fluid line, the hydraulic line that blew on the trailer.
Road southeast.
I was able to fix that in a half hour. And this PTO problem, I'm able to just bypass it and use the pony motor, which I just filled up with gas and fired it up to make sure it ran, and it did. So, you know, we're getting around everything, but dang. Man, I'm ready. I'm humbled. All right, God, I'm humbled. You taught me. You've humbled me. Can we start heading the other direction now? I appreciate that. Let's get down here to delivery. So we did manage to get down there. We got delivered. We had an AMP. I picked up AMPV in York. You guys have seen me. If you haven't seen one of the AMPVs, super cool loads. Scroll back through the videos a little bit. You'll find one that says AMPV from York to Anniston or something like that on the description. That or one of the thumbnails. It's a picture of a green tank. That is what I hauled down to Anniston yesterday and today. Now the part of this that wears you out as a driver, at least wearing me out anyways. I don't know that I've ever looked at my transmission temperature gauge. I mean, it's there, and it's on the dashboard. It's staring me right in the face, and we haven't had that gauge, and I haven't had very many conversations. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure I ever looked at it before. And in the last 2 days, I've spent more time looking at that gauge. That gauge has become my best friend. Now, here's why. When we discovered the PTO problem, the other two problems were simple fix. You put a part on, you're done with it. We had the parts, or we're easily got the parts made. When we discovered this PTO problem, I'm in a completely different state, nowhere near our shop. And as everybody knows, when you do a service call on the road, whether you're at a shop or you have them come to you, it's super expensive. Also, not only is it super expensive, but there's no guarantee that they're going to have the part, and certainly not guaranteed they're going to have the part you need. So you could be sitting there for days and days and days waiting for a part to get there, when if you can find a workaround, you can finish what you're doing, do your job, get it back to the shop and in the meantime, while you're getting it there, they can get the part, which is exactly what's happening with us right now, or me anyways, is I was able to, after I got delivered today. Now, prior to going in delivery, right after I made that video, right after I left the fuel stop there, and the whole reason I stopped right there for fuel was not for fuel for the truck. I stopped to get gas off the front pumps for the pony motor. The pony motor in the trailer is gassing. Why in the world we haven't come up with a diesel-powered pony motor for RGN trailers, I have no idea. Diesel is readily available to us. Gas is not so much. You have to carry a can. You have to go around the front of the building, get it from the can. You can't take the truck or the trailer into the gas pumps for cars. There must be some logical reason and why they're not using diesel, but the whole reason I stopped there was to make sure I had enough gas in the pony motor to run it for this week. And I wanted fresh gas in it because it hasn't been running in a while. So when I left there, what I had got as a drain pan at the shop was not really a drain pan. It wasn't even really, and the more I thought about it as I was going down the road, the less I thought it was going to work. It was a very small thing, and I didn't think it was going to catch the amount of fluid and I wasn't sure where it was coming from. Also, it would be hard to get underneath the truck and get back. Now, the reason I was concerned about that was because, like I said on the video, I was going into a government facility. And I know, from my time in the Marine Corps, I spent plenty of time early in my career in the Marine Corps digging holes and putting plastic down underneath our generators just in case they leak something. It is a major thing with government facilities, with military, that the EPA, it's just a whole big mess. And I knew when I got to the base that if I was leaking stuff all over the ground, it was going to be a major ordeal and probably cause a lot of problems, both for the people who work there as well as myself, and probably Bennett as well. So the solution that I come up with in my my brain of brains, the workaround, because this whole week has been, let me see how I can work around this problem and still be able to get the job done. There was a Dollar General en route that had a big enough spot that I could get over off the road in a safe spot, and I was able to run in the Dollar General, and I bought one of those clothes totes. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They're about 6-inch tall, about yay long, and they're made to put clothes in and go underneath a bed. They fit, they got rollers on them. They fit right underneath the bed. So I bought one of those, and that is what I ended up using as my makeshift drain pan to catch the fluid. It's currently in use underneath my truck right now, although as an update to what the truck's going on, I got here to get fuel. I'm currently 30 minutes from my pickup. I did find a load. I'm 30 minutes from my pickup. Load tomorrow morning. And I got fuel, and when I was getting fuel, it was just dumping out of this PTO, like way worse than what it had been. It was almost like the original dump of fluid with the valve open, and it was concerning to me, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna have to, once I get parked, I'm gonna have to crawl underneath this thing and figure out something. So I pull over here, I get parked, I back into my space, I jump out and I grab the drain pan, I slide it underneath there, and it's barely dripping. So I don't know if that little burst up there at the fuel pump was just like the last hoorah of let's empty out these lines. I'm praying that's what it was, because the other option there, and the reason that I have been so stressed, and the reason that transmission temperature is my best friend right now, is because your PTO on a truck is connected to the bottom of your transmission. So it is literally bolted to the bottom of the transmission with a big open hole. It uses the transmission to power itself. So this thing, it could very well be that it's dropping transmission fluid. And this is not hydraulic fluid, this is transmission fluid. Now, semi-trucks are a little different with transmission fluid. We don't use we use gear oil inside of transmission. So gear oil has a very specific smell, and I'm not getting that smell. I mean, like, I have to really search for it to get it. So I don't think we're dropping transmission, and my temperature gauge has ran fine for the last 2 days while this problem's been happening. However, I'm curious to see what that temperature gauge does tomorrow morning, because if it's stopped because I ran out of transmission fluid, the transmission is not engaged right now. Even though the truck is idling, you can hear the transmission is not engaged right now. So it's not doing anything. The temperature staying nice and low. I'm curious to see when I leave here in the morning if that gauge does. I'm really hoping that gauge stays at a cool temperature when I leave here. Otherwise, it's going to be a problem. I am gonna get some gear oil before I leave here, and make sure I have some fluid just in case. I can get some fluid back in that thing, and hopefully get this job done today. But I really don't think, like I said, gear oil has a very distinctive smell, and that's not what I'm getting from the fluid that is in the drain pan. But little update, like I said, so far tonight it is barely dripping at all, and hopefully it finally drained everything out of the lines, and we're just going to stop dripping, because this is just not great. It's just not great to have something leaking like this out from under, even though it doesn't matter. It's not I don't think it's a DOT violation. It's not oil. It may be an EPA situation, but I don't think it's a DOT violation to have something leaking that is not an operational piece of equipment for the truck. That's got gray area. I don't know that I've ever ran into that, and I'm not 100% sure. So if you guys know, throw a comment down below and let me know if you think that's a DOT. You know what? Even if you don't know, give me your opinion. What you think is if that's a DOT violation or not. I don't think it is, but hopefully we don't have to find out. Hopefully we're done leaking. It's drained out of the lines. It's hydraulic fluid. It's not gear oil, and we can go about our business today. Now, what I got going on for tomorrow is I'm picking up right here in Tennessee, I'm picking up I forget what it's called, but it is basically a bulldozer. Cable puller, pipe layer, bulldozer pipe layer. We're picking that up in Tennessee, running it up to St. Mary's, West Virginia. That gets me about 2.5 hours from the shop, so it's perfect load for me. I can pick it up in the morning, run it up there. I can deliver it first thing Friday morning. I'm only 2.5 hours from the shop. Hopefully, Eric will have all the parts he needs. He found them today. One was in stock. The other one is next day. So if they order it first thing in the morning, they'll have it Friday morning. So it sounds like all of our parts and everything that we need to get this thing fixed correctly and be back in business with our PTO, it will be at the shop. So this is a great load for me, and hopefully we're going to, hopefully we're done leaking. I hope. We have no other problems, I hope. And we're going to get this one picked up, get it delivered, get up to the shop and get this thing fixed. So I apologize for the lack of content on my loads. I'm definitely going to shoot some tomorrow while we're loading this this rig, and with the next episode we'll have some of that in it. I actually think the next episode will probably be the news episode, but it'll be the episode after that. I'll show you what I'm picking up tomorrow. And if this is your first episode and you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more, consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that. All of the veterans coming back, you guys have been awesome. The channel has done what it's done, and it's growing like it's growing because of all of you guys and everything you do. Also, if you guys didn't see it this week, I actually opened a Facebook page. So if you want to look me up on Facebook, you can look under the Patriot Specialized name, and there is now a Facebook page. Go ahead and look that up. Send me a friend request. I'll get you linked in. It's actually a business page, so what it is I wanted it to be interactive. So I wanted you guys to be able to comment on my page as much as I'm commenting on the page. So I'm hoping that the trucking community, everybody's going to get on there, pop in their loads, talk about where they're going, what they're doing, send me pictures of something that looks cool that you happen to run across while you're running. Just little stories, helps, tips, tricks, stories, whatever you want to do. I'm dedicating that. I'm hoping that Facebook page gets dedicated to that kind of thing, and it's a positive environment for everybody to learn from and get find some cool places, maybe some cool loads, and maybe meet some new people and make new friends. So everybody, thanks for tuning in today. I will see you guys on the next one, and hopefully it won't be a video of me broke down on the side of the road. We're gonna find out tomorrow morning. Thanks for everybody. Stay safe out there.